What's happening, everyone? Welcome to Friday Night Airbrush Down and Dirty Tricks. Thursday night didn't happen. We had some family plans. So, I am here on a Friday night with absolutely zero idea what to do. Let's just see what happens. We'll Q&A, we'll paint, we'll come up with some ideas, and it will be what it will be. A lot of projects working on. Like I said, most of you guys who follow me on Facebook know we lost Max last week. My little man dog. So past couple weeks just been kind of in a funk and then catching up with a lot of work. So yeah, we are where we are. So got a few people in tonight. Mr. Manning, how we doing? Mickey Mountain Customs, miss you guys too. Yeah, it's been a little bit. It's been a couple weeks. And yeah, just been, like I said, a little crazy around here. And daughter's going off to school in 2 weeks, so Kaylee's going off to college. We got that going on as well. Summertime, been hot, just a lot of juggling. Ram skull. Ram skull's an idea. That might work. That might work. Or just maybe a human skull with ram horns. Let's see. Ram skull. Ram skull. Looks some real fire. Let's see. Pull up. There's a ram skull somewhere. Look online quick. Here we go. Let's check out the old iPad. Let's go. Something like this. That's a cool one. 3/4 view. Scroll through ideas. Let's see. I want sketches. Let's see. I want a photo of one. I can work my own kind of ideas off a photo. Oh my God, you and Stamen. London Pen. What's going on? Big mountains into Stamen. I don't know why. Why don't we do something like, I don't know. Let's just switch off to here. Horizontal. Or long ways. Let's go long ways. Yeah, throat's a little sore today. It's alright. Go. Michael. Yeah, it's been a little bit. Yeah, it's been a weird couple weeks. Like I said, just between, yeah, let's go. Let's go like kind of human nose, but really long. Right? Really long feature. Almost like when I did the gesture skull, right? Okay. This is all you, Big Mountain. Came with the idea. We're going with it. Big eyes. And almost like we'll have the teeth, but like, again, really long, so it almost looks like the way a yeah, almost like the way a narrow ram skull looks, like how it comes down points, but it's going to be kind of human. We'll just have some teeth kind of coming off, and then wide cheekbone. Right, so this one comes up and then drops back down. Yeah, me too, man. The heat up here has been ridiculous, and just going through like crazy. Yeah. Eyebrows, right? That's kind of cool, right? Mike Gillette, what's happening? Zachary, what's going on, buddy? See, to me, it's kind of got that. It's kind of got that split. But it's got a human nose. The septum comes down, it splits like a ram. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I might do it. And then we have some big, gnarly I'm going to go off camera here. And hook back around like really sharp. So that goes on, and these guys go up. What do you think of that? And then the other side, just hook down, right? And then come up. That's the other one. But I don't want to cut that cheek off. Because I like that cheek being wide out here like that. So maybe, well, you know what? Maybe it should come around and then forward. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot my angle. And then we can just have some fire and some stuff come out of here. And if it doesn't look good, it's Big Mountain Customs' fault. It was his idea. Right? That's what I think. Tooth there, tooth here. No bottom. I don't know, man. What do you think? Should we go with it? It doesn't look like much, but I think I got enough idea there. And so what I have here, basically we're going to start the video now. Now we have an idea. Thank you to Big Mountain Customs. And this is our idea for the night. He said ram skull. I like the idea of a ram skull, but I didn't want to like copy a photo. And I figured why not do kind of a mashup of a ram skull. Just don't know. Yeah, so it should actually come this way. Hold on. I'm not the king of winging it, but I can do it. Sometimes you just need a direction. Alright. Paint. Let's start with just some wicked opaque white. I got you. Oh, I need some mixing cups. I need some sticks. Popsicle sticks reach into my handy dandy drawer. Love this organizational desk still. It's great. It's awesome. Alright. With that, now I need my mixing cups. I need to make a new Dixie cup mixing cup holder for these things. My other design, they changed the lip on these. So the design I had where they pulled out and pulled down, they don't work anymore. They get stuck. So I gotta redesign it. I'm gonna do some white. Now I always start these in like a gray tone. So I'm gonna take Wicked Gray, Wicked White, add them together. Still messing with the 40-21. I have been digging it. I haven't put it through like all the tests, but I'm recommending it, yes. But I still haven't put it through everything. I haven't put it through candies yet. Is the only thing I haven't used it with. So let's see. So we get Hot Rod White, Bone Horn. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any pearl, but I might bring in like a teal color. or like a ghostly kind of color. Like ghost, like almost like ethereal ghost flame, like aqua green, not aqua green, like white to aqua to blue, like it's kind of ghostly. I don't know. Something like that. Well, like bluish, but like, you know, see like, ooh, I almost dropped that all over me. Like horror movie ghost blue, something like that. I don't know. We're just gonna go where it goes. And if it flops, it flops. So mixed up just a nice little gray. And then I put it through my strainer per usual. Make sure we're good. Right. And what you could do if you're going to be doing it all night, go put all the paint through the strainer. That way you don't have to worry about it. And clean your strainer right after. More luck! What's going on, man? Just getting things going on a... I should change... If I do Wing It ones, I should change it to Wednesday. Call it Wing It Wednesday. Or that should be my daytime Wednesday feed. Wing It Wednesday. Let's see. There we go, yeah. There we go. I will say this new reducer does give me the ability to flood stroke better, which means I can really lay in high pressure and hit that really heavy spot. So like if I want to do this nose bridge, I can get really high pressure white. And really get in there. No, this is the 4021. This is not the 4012. This is the 4021. Which I'm going to say, I always liked the 4012, but there did arrive issues with certain colors. That's why it went away, kind of. And there was some compliance issues. But I'm going to say this is better than the 4012, and I can slam this paint. I'm going to say damn near almost what I can with House of Color. Mr. Leahy, what's going? Yeah, I think it does dry faster, because look, if I do a flood, a little air, I mean, that's the heavy wet. I mean, that's dry. And that's dry. And that's dry. So it definitely dries faster than 4011. And I get that nice fade stroke. And look, I can come right in on it and scratch it. It's not going anywhere. So I'd say it's just as fast as HOK or any other solvent. And if it's slower, it's by a few seconds so far. And I am getting a nice melt, which means my problem with water-based for a while is the overspray wasn't, and every time I explained it to Cratex, I didn't really understand the term. Maybe just the way I was explaining it. It wasn't silky. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like the 40-20 on its own very much. I only use the 40-20 into my 40-11 mix. So I think the 40-20 is too fast. I think it's way too fast and it has too much in it. It works fine, but I've never liked it by itself. But this seems to be really nice. And I didn't overload it. So I'm going to see what happens if I do a... Yeah, I'm noticing that too, Bruce. I'm not a big... Everyone bitches about tip dry. Look, man, I've been painting since the 80s. Tip dry is a thing, especially when using white, so I never worry too much about it. 2021. Yeah, so Big Mountain, what you're doing realistically is you're adding 40-20 into it. So 40-20 basically has acetone in it. That's what 40-20 is. 40-11 doesn't. 40-20 has a lot of acetone in it. And a little bit of IPA, basically, or so close. But this 40-21 seems to be a nice balance. And honestly, tip dry a lot of times isn't the paint. A lot of times it's your airbrush needle. It's got a little burr on it. It's catching paint. That happens more times than people think. See, I just added a bunch more reducer. Definitely thinned it. And I'm still getting that kind of nice silky smooth. This is what I mean right here. So if I come in here, see how nice and soft that is? When I did that before with water-based, especially just 40-11, I would get a little, be wet, or it'll be a little grainy with water, almost. But I'm not really getting that at all. So this is a really nice melt. I noticed. Yeah, I mean, look, when it comes to white and heavy pigmented colors, especially like a gravity feed, a little tip dry is kind of par for the course. So, but, I mean, I haven't had to pick this at all, so. And I can get right in there and do some really nice fine stuff, as well as that nice smooth shade. So I'm digging it. Like right there, look, I'm already on it, wiping it, and I have to kind of scratch it to get into it. So it's definitely a good product. Like I said, I had a few people ask me through some messages like, do I endorse it? Do I use it? And if it doesn't tip dry the deal, it won't dry the substrate. Nice. Oh yeah, I gotta go see that. I love the popcorn thing that they're gonna do at like Regal Cinemas. I might have to go see it at Regal. I missed out on the Deadpool Wolverine popcorn bucket. I really wanted to get one of those. They're a damn riot, but I couldn't get one. The theater I went to see it was not a participating theater in that. And what I like about this so far, and this is the opaque white, and it's really getting that nice soft edge that I would usually get when I was using transparent. Big eyebrows. Now we do have, we do have quite a bit of, we have some wind going on and some rain, which I think is remnants of that storm. I don't think it's going to knock power out or anything, but it's out there. And now that we're midway through August, I got to start working on all my SEMA projects. Yeah, no, it's spraying really nice and smooth. Like I get that nice smooth, and here's the other thing is, usually with water-based, if I did this, all this little dusty will get really super scratchy. Obviously, you got to get a little bit if you're way out here. But not like before. So I'm digging it. Crap, that's what's happening. Like I said, I had no idea what we were going to do. BMC, Big Mountain Customs, came up with, said ram skull, so we're kind of going that direction, and we'll see what happens with it. I did have some other plans. This was one, and I might save it for SEMA. Let's see, I have it. Nope. What do we do with it? Oh yeah. I think this is going to be an upcoming project. A little bigger. I might incorporate it into one of my SEMA paintings. I'm thinking this is a composite I did up in Photoshop. Kind of a take on a gangster girl, lowrider style with the skull makeup, but I've done it before on a panel out back. Let's see, can you see that one? Yeah, you can't really see it. This one right here is a similar piece, but you can't see it. But yeah, so I might do something like this next. Because I have a few like hush paintings like with the shh that I've done, and I think this might be the next in the series. Should be cool. Eric, know what's happening? It's going well. Painting on a Friday night and seeing what happens. These guys on the back side. Which one are you gonna try? Oh, that's going this way. This is the back side. Needs to go this way. Until it gets up to about here. And then start swapping. And here we have this side. It's like I'm really winging it just to see. Michelle, what's happening, stranger? Hope you're doing alright. It's been a bit. Hope you're keeping out of trouble well, at least you have fun trouble, but you always have some fun trouble. Hope things are alright. That's a big texture. Just hit this background. I have been dialing in my laser cutter, but messing around with that, losing that, so I got some stuff coming in the near future. Sometimes you gotta get lost in life. It happens. Welcome back to the party. Not much has changed here. Did lose my little guy Max last week. Thank you to everyone who messaged me on Facebook. Kept eyebrows. Back with Papa, I guess. Let's see here. We'll get a little fire going through here. That'll be color fire. We'll mess with some of that at the end. We'll bring that in. Let's get some eyes in here. Donna, what's happening? Donna in the house? King of the wing. Yeah, we'll just... Oh! Let's see what happens. Alright, let's see. Empty some of that out. Let's see what this color brings to the table here. I don't know. I might hate it. I might use this for some of the fire. Let's see. Michelle, you gonna try to make it SEMA this year? Or you got too much going on? I probably should have added a little bit more reducer to this. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Big Mountain, I'm at a good point, but it can all go south pretty quick. Sometimes I'll push these too far. How we got here? 37 minutes. 37 minutes from not knowing to this is not too shabby. I guess we'll take it. Right? Oh yeah, this was pretty thick. Definitely should have mixed it before I tried to mix it into the white. Not chunky, just thick. Probably should have mixed it a little longer. Yeah, there was some chunks in this one. I might not have mixed this. Yeah, I don't think I shook my opaque teal enough. I think I got enough to do what I want to do, though. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well, you gotta have one of the companies take care of you and get you out there. Well, this teal is a little thin. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Now this opaque teal's gotta be really mixed up good. I have it too. This color's too thick. Well, this is sometimes the problem with winging it. I picked a color that wasn't ready to use because I haven't used it in 3 weeks. So it's sitting a little thick. I remember this about Laguna Blue. When you get to the teals, I think the teals take a really, really thick pigment. Yeah, don't do that. Candies are the worst thing. Well, those two fittings I used. Got the screens, but I've forgotten what fitting. Man, I forget the fitting. I'll see if I can find the link. I used to have a QR code. If you go back to the if you go back to the video on how to make this, I put the links in there to the right fitting. I forget the size off the top of my head, but I know it's back in the making a paint strainer video. So let's try this again. So from the looks of it, this color needs to be mixed for a little bit longer. Yeah, the strainer video, there should be a link, but in the strainer video there's a link to the actual product. And I did a QR code that brings you right to it in Home Depot. I just don't have it here, I don't think. Let's see, do I have? Paintless, social... No, I don't have it here. Half-inch pipe fitting, I think what it was. Yeah, it's like a flange type. See, it looks like that. And it just fits right in. It's this type. Oh, so a question over on Facebook. Yes, so I do cocktail my Wicked. If I'm using the 4011, I use 4 parts 4011, 1 part 4012. That's been my cocktail for years now, and I've really liked it. And tonight I'm using the 4021. Oh, Mike Gillette, it's 3/4. You're right, it's the 3/4 fitting. Did the HD link come? No, I don't know. I think not Facebook. I think YouTube blocks the links. So I'm using the 4021 tonight, which is straight, which has been beautiful. Yeah. So it's like a 3/4 pipe end fitting or flange fitting or something like that. That's what it's called. Like I said, I had the QR code for it, but I don't have it. I can't put it up on screen. I don't have it on anything. I don't think I do. Let's see. I used to have it in my notes. Let's see if it's still in there. paint list. Join link. Ah, links for strainer. Okay. Here you go. So you can focus it on that. This is the fitting. Which if I go to the fitting, it should go to Amazon. Oh, that's for the strainers. That's the strainers. And then this was the fitting. Now let's see if it goes. So this is yep, here you go. It is a half-inch forged flare brass nut fitting. Okay, so what it is, it's half-inch here. It's 3/4 inch. It's a 3/4 inch thread here. It's a half-inch hole, and that's why that fits in. All right, that's what you're looking for. And if you want to try to take a screenshot, there you go. Try that. All right. I'll hold it up on the screen. And if you want it like a really tight filter, then you can get those plastic ones like I showed. Those are like $15 for those plastic ones. They strain a lot finer. But they won't strain. The problem with those plastic ones, which strain beautifully, they won't strain a heavy opaque paint because the opaque is too thick to go through it. There we go. Look at that. So now that I mixed it right and shook it right and took the time, I got a nice strain. And I should have a nice opaque coverage now. Got it? Cool. I'm gonna make believers out of everyone. I still get people like, you don't need to strain your paint. You gotta strain your paint, you got bad paint. I'm like, then you're an idiot. Because sometimes paint sitting around needs to be strained. If you don't strain it, it doesn't work as efficient. So, there we go. That's a nice color. I'm going to switch it out to my 3/4. You can see the color's a little brighter. Let me get that bright eye color in here. Just keeping it loose. So those plastic ones, and those plastic ones are expensive. Yeah, I find they're expensive. Now, they're built really well. They work really good, so I'm not going to slam it. Ooh, that's water. Well, look at that. Here's a tip. This wouldn't happen with the other reducer. Look, I just spilt water, and I'm wiping it, and it's not reactivating the dried paint. That's impressive. If I spilt that little bit on old reduced Createx, that would have just ruined it, and it didn't. That's got to be the 4021 keeping it like that. I don't know. I've never smelled their candy smelled like candy. I find it really strong. Candy dyes and the carriers are some of the strongest solvents. Can't mess with that shit, Michelle. Sometimes I get caught like airbrushing without a mask with it, and that's too much. But painting. I've never found that sugar smell. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, this 40-20 is nice. Yeah, my biggest thing sometimes is which do I paint in. Like, I'm doing this mural right now on a metal tire cover for a shop, and it's going down to clear, and so I'm doing it with HOK, and I love it, but half me wishes I just did it with water-based. There's certain things I can do with water that I can't do with solvent, vice versa. I think it's got a little bit of glow color on here. Yeah, it's nice stuff. The one thing with water everyone has to realize is just give it that extra second to reduce and shake the damn paints really well and mix them. Like I said, I ice strain House of Color just as much as I do the water-based. But the water-based stuff can need a little more reduction. I mean, need a little bit more straining. Let's see. Mix some black. Yeah, it'll be like, I'm gonna mix some black, but I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of the teal, I think. See if I like it. It's gonna be like a grayish. Here comes some more of a gray, but it's got that tint. I think it'll look nice actually. Yep, don't be messing around with your health and this shit. Ain't worth it. You don't get points for not wearing masks. If I could wear one right now painting and talk, I would. Even though I'm using water, I'd still. Big Squash, what's happening? Okay, so now this is, I'm using Wicked Black Transparent, that's what the T is for. And I put a little bit of the opaque teal in. And let's see, this is the first time I'm using it with the 4021. Let's see how we like. A little twist, here we go. I want to thank everyone for popping in on this random Friday. I'm not sure I want to be with a micron with this at this reduction yet. Oh, I'm an idiot. Guess what I didn't do? Guess what I didn't do? What didn't I do with this black? Y'all watched me. Oh, and if anyone is up in the Milwaukee area, next year in March, I will be up there. I'll be coming to Adepticon and doing workshops and classes on minifigure painting for like Warhammer and tabletop gaming, but using Airbrush specifically. We're going to be doing a beginner's class, an intermediate class, and an advanced class. And so details will be forthcoming once we get the schedule locked. So it's going to be 14 hours of instruction during that program. So if anyone's into tabletop gaming, figure painting, model painting, scale model work, and you're in the Milwaukee area, Adepticon is going to be where I'm going to be teaching it. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah, I'm going to try it with a lot of the other paints too. And actually, I haven't used the 4021 in the New Worlds yet, but that will be happening. I'm glad to see they're finally really pushing the New Worlds, so we got some plans for it. So that's great. Mike Manning, you're the man. Thank you, sir. Oh, speaking of that, I want to thank all of my lovely members for sticking with me. I know I've been off for a few weeks, and I haven't lost many. I think I lost one, which is understandable. We were at like 62, at 58, but that's in the past month. So, and sometimes people can just come and go, and that's awesome. And we're over a year, and I meant to do something for the 1 year, so I'm going to come up with something, because we're just over a year last week. And Mike Manning, I believe Mike Manning, and thank you, Mike, for that 20, is the original first member, and hasn't left since, so I think he's got the longest term. Thank you, Mike. We got quite a few of you guys that are a year, and then we got a lot of you guys who are 11 months and 10 months, so really thank everyone for sticking with me. Yeah, man, this year is blown by. So, I know, like, some of you guys think the $3 goes a long way, man, when you say you got a bunch of people doing $3, and, it really helps. It really helps with all the little incidentals we got to do around here. Steve can tell you, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that nobody sees that, keeps us busy. So I want to thank everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah, so Big Mountain Customs, Mike, a handful of you are all within like a day or a few hours apart, and haven't left me. So thank you so much. It means a lot. Yeah, keep things running for sure. Like tonight, I didn't have any ideas, so I didn't spend as much time prepping, but I still was up here 2 hours before the feed to get it ready and get it off the ground and kind of come up with some ideas. And, even, so like putting this together every week, that's 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I have to go through list and make sure people are here and hey, and I make the list up, I have to change it and Photoshop it and put it in. You know, that's all part of it. When I change the titles to like this and this, I have to create those every week. Yeah, and I have to make sure that, you know, cameras are in order, this is in order, and everything is, and you know, all that stuff goes into it. This is the pre-show checklist. It has to go through everyone at minimum. So that's just a few things we got to do. So I want to thank everyone who's stuck around in support of the channel. Last week's big thing is just definitely wasn't into much after losing Max. I just wanted to kind of chill and hang with the family. I just wasn't really in the mood to create. Like, I didn't really do anything. Not even like my regular workload stuff. I was pretty much done on. Yeah, yep. No, you know, and like that's the bare minimum stuff that has to happen. That is the bare minimum. Yeah, he was a good kid. He was a good guy, man. He was awesome. Had to list a couple of his nicknames. Captain Eyebrows, Fun Police. He was Fun Police. If you had too much fun, he shut you down. Must be the German in him. Not too much fun. No fun. No fun. But don't have too much fun. He'd put her down. Even though she was 4 times his size, he would put her down. Often Customs, thank you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Just so you guys make sure you remember that you go to McKay Fine Art, you get 25% off all the digital downloads and all the content there. And the apparel storage, I don't have the link for the Teespring store, but there should be a scrolling thing on the bottom you can get to if you're online. Yeah, and I appreciate it. I know everyone gets it. I still don't like to ever miss a show or miss something, but I also have that if I'm not going to be like on point and giving people a good feed, it's worth taking the break anyway. But that dog had some history. That dog was literally, Max was one of the last of the mall pet store dogs. Crystal's grandpa went at 84 years old and got himself a dog, and we're like, you're 84 years old, what are you doing with the dog when you're not with us anymore? He goes, I don't care, it's not my problem, that's your problem. I want a dog. And he was right. It became ours. Big Mountain's awesome. I gotta see some of those. I love RC stuff. Actually, my brother got back into some rock crawling. Just, he got a... I forget what... It might have been a Traxxas one he got, just something easy. He had shoulder surgery, so he wanted something he could play with around his house while he was kind of chair bound. So I know he got like a Bronco type crawler with a trailer and I know that sounds bad, but I know what you mean, man. Big squadron. I lost my dad years ago, and it's just a different thing. Because, you know, my father's older, knew what was coming, and just, you know, we knew, made decisions together, and the family did. But, yeah, man, animals are tough. I have turned down every RC job ever offered. I can't wrap my head around everything reversing it. Yeah, it's different. Actually, Max is the first down I ever had to be part of actually putting him down, really. Yeah, my childhood dog stayed at my parents' house when I left, so he just wasn't there anymore. So I'm telling you, we almost thought he was going to go down in end of June, July. We thought we were going to be, 4th of July, we thought we were going to be at the vet because he was not doing well. We were syringe feeding him by hand at that point because he lost all control of his mouth and his eyebrows and eyes and everything. And we thought he was done then, and they gave him some prednisone, and 3 days later he was back. He was back and didn't want us to feed him, and he was mouth moving again, and then prednisone gave us beautiful 6 more weeks with him of him being normal. And then just that Monday, he was good in the morning, in the afternoon, he wasn't having it, and we said goodbye. Really sucked, but we got 6 great weeks with him and one horrible afternoon. So it wouldn't have changed a thing. The vets did a great job. So I still got Miss Willow. My sweet, sweet girl. It's a good thing she's pretty because she's not bright. But we do love that dog too. But it is a good thing she's pretty. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this painting. It's fun, it's quick, it's, you know. Oh, Steve could do it. He's just being a baby. But Steve's so methodical, the time it would take him to paint one, I don't think anyone in the RC world would ever pay Steve enough for his time to do one of those. Tell you, this 4021 is working freaking great. And this black has been flowing, no problem. So the only thing I haven't used this stuff in yet, and I will probably by next week, is I haven't mixed it into the candies yet. But based on what I'm seeing here, I'm not really worried about that. I'm going to have to give Marcus a buzz to thank him. Marcus over in, I can't pronounce his last name, I remember off the top of my head. Marcus gave me some during SEMA. He was really pioneering working with it. the guys over there. So I think he did most of the heavy lifting to make it work right and understand it and dial it in. See, I'm getting that nice soft black, that nice soft shade. Gary Shees! Thank you. I have to use up. Oh, no, you don't. You can still use both. You might have instances you like the 4011, and you might want the 4021 for certain things. So, one reducers, sometimes different reducers for different temps and different days. Can we solve it? You know how many different damn reducers we have? Shit. Even if you just talk the regular ones, then you start talking California compliant versus the new non-compliant, you know, the old non-compliant. Yeah, I'm getting really nice line work and really nice blend fades. No tip dry to speak of, really. I mean, I'm sure I'll get a little here and there, but it's not. Oh, the movie was so awesome. This was almost tonight's painting. Almost did it, but I didn't have a white panel. So Gary, I was almost gonna do head pool. That was almost tonight's painting. And then this was the other one I am almost gonna do. And I think I'm going to reserve this for a big panel for SEMA and then do some low-rider graphics around it. And maybe pinks and magentas and stuff like that. I might do this one in. So I composited this couple, I think a year or two ago, I composited this drawing with like a different skull and a finger tattoo and this model's face. So these are coming at some point. Yeah, so you go, Steve. The super low ones, you can just paint the outside like normal. And you don't have to worry. No excuses. Excuses gone. Well, bye, Steve. Have to do one now. Look at that, like no blowout, nice solid lines. This is almost like, I'm almost getting like t-shirt lines on metal. Nice thick, bold strokes without blowouts. That's always kind of been a weak spot or a little tough to do with water-based. Of any brand or type. So it's good, it's good. Well, it's good money if you can paint well, and you have to get the clientele. Because there's clientele in every industry, whether it's RC, motorcycle, that no matter what, they don't value the quality work. Once you find them, it's great. But I got guys that will pay more for RCs, and then I got guys that will pay, that think what an RC costs to paint, they wouldn't spend to paint a bike. You know, it's just how some people are. They don't get it. Those people never will, so you tend not to stress too much over those guys. Yeah, this is cool. I dig it. It's gonna take some bright colors, and I'll do maybe a little like a ghostly pop. Maybe I'll do a wash over the whole thing with this kind of ghostly color. That should be cool, because these guys are kind of the next thing I'm painting. Let's see if I can find them. These are the tabletop minigame, and these are like these Reapers that are really cool. They're almost like wraiths, but they're supposed to be very ghostly. So I'm going to be doing a lot of ghost painting with them. These are next on the list. Hey, if everyone's busy, we're good to go. Are all the panels cleared? Oh, mostly. I didn't get down to the shop to finish clearing a couple of them, so I gotta go down next week and do them. I got behind on another painting. Because right now I'm working with a different shop to help clear, because my booth has been down for a couple months. Because they're doing some reconstruction over at that shop where I have my booth, so I'm working with another shop. I still got a couple things I want to do on the Rhino that didn't get finished up. Listen, I quit twice as young and take care of pricing and painting bikes. Yeah, it's tough. It's not an easy business. And you gotta get good at pricing things out front and up front. You got to get those customer expectations, pricing, and everything done up front. If you don't, you end up fighting them at the end because you spent way more time working on it than you thought you were going to, and then not going to pay you for it. And I do it myself, and I spent years doing it. And you know what the biggest mistake was? Lying to myself about how fast and awesome I thought I was. Oh, I can do that in a day or two. Do it for $1,200. Yeah, 8 days later, you're still working on it, and then you spend another another grand of materials, and now you're losing money. You know, they don't want to pay it because they're like, well, you told me this, and some of it's my fault, some of it's theirs, but I put a lot of it on me of not being direct and up front at the beginning. And knowing what to charge, knowing what things cost. You know me, Michelle. Yeah. You know, we've all been there. Sucks. I want to do a whole just class discussion night for like members who want to do it. Just some of the business side of it, and there's one art form everyone needs to learn, and most of us who've been a while learned it. Like Steve, the art of saying no. The art of saying no is probably the most important part of my career. What I learned how to say no. This is what it costs. No. This is how long it's going to take. No. It's not ready yet because it's got to be done right. No. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, you're going to miss your show. No, we didn't guarantee the show. Bye. That stuff. When I learned how to do that effectively, not improperly, not conceited to be an asshole, When I knew why things had to be done a certain way and I stuck to it, a lot of the problems would go away. Exactly. Learn to say no, and understanding your numbers is huge, because when you know that, then you can shoot someone a price that's profitable for a reason, and if they still don't understand it, they're not your customer. You're not going to force someone to understand it. And if they don't see it, they don't see it. Oh, well, that's the other thing. So, you want to know my secret rule? Warlock, man, have a good one. I have not a secret rule, but it's one rule I've lived by for years, and it's helped me more than saying no. It is, who is my customer? Because I only have one customer. I'm either the customer, the bike shop or bike builder is my customer, and everything goes through them, and I don't give a crap about the customer, the owner of the bike on the other end, because I'm only dealing with the bike builder, pricing to the bike builder is telling me what the person wants, or I'm dealing with the owner of the bike, and the owner of the bike will tell me what he wants, and I will tell him what he's paying me. And the builder can stay the F out of it, other than the fact that this is what's going on it, whatever affects him. But as far as the design, pricing, completion, all that stuff, I only have one customer. Who is my customer? When I deal with husbands and wives, same thing. They're both in. He's saying he wants this. She says, "What about this?" Or the buddy. I hate the buddies. When the buddies of the owner come in and start, ideas, I shut that stuff down so fast. Like, no. Who am I dealing with? I'm only dealing with one of you. And I had one guy. I threw the guy's friend out of my shop because we settled on an idea. That was really good. The guy's buddy had his heart set on the bike being blue with white graphics, and the owner didn't want that, really, but his buddy kept saying, "No, man, see, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this." And I'm like, "Get the F out." Which was sad, because it was the buddy who actually brought him to me and referred it, but I was just like, "Dude, you're not the customer." So I did as you said. So what did you do a few years ago? What was the statement? Did you throw parts out the door? I've done that. That's a good one. Yep. See you later. Sometimes it's got to be done, man, and it's not to do it. It's not to do it to be, a show off or a hard guy. It's dude, this is the reality, and unless you set those boundaries, you're always going to have a problem. Yeah, you can only one person at a time. Yep, exactly. Yep, and after a few years of being consistent, you end up having a really solid customer base and clientele base. Because remember, the more consistent you are, the customers that stay with you know your work, like your work, and when they refer you to people and their friends, they're telling their friends what to expect. A lot of them are like, "Oh, make sure you do this, or don't go see him till you're ready," and blah 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 blah, and he doesn't like this, and you end up training your customers. Big Swatch, I used to be that guy that I insisted that I have to do everything or I can't warranty the job, and if it's not me, then blah, blah, blah. I gave up that a long time ago. I don't like working with a lot of fly-by-nights. I did cultivate a few shops that I recommend that I work with, and if it's the shops I work with, then I can fully warranty everything because I know how it's done. But I tell customers, if they have a good shop, they have a good relationship that they've worked with, I'd be happy to meet with them, discuss the scope of the job, and if they like me and I like them and how they do their work, and we're on the same page as far as prep and material and quality, I have no problem. And if it's just they have their own guy, they bring it to me prepped, it is what it is. If my artwork falls off their base coat, it's my fault. If their base coat falls off their body work, it's not my fault. And I make sure that stuff's in writing, and I love it. I have so many bike builders and shops I work with now. Custom stereo shops, custom bagger builders, awesome guys. A lot of them which do their own work that have quality boost. And I train them how I want it. A lot of the bikes I get, they're base coated, prepped, ready to rock and roll. And I just go in, do all the artwork, hand it back to them. They clear it, polish it, put it together. I'm done as soon as the artwork's done. Like basically, if this was done on the bike and it was ready, I hand it to them. They're gonna clear it. They're gonna polish it. If they burn through polishing or they do, if a mistape happens, I always build it in that I'll come down to their shop. I'll tweak anything that needs to be tweaked, and go from there. If it's a distant client, I'll usually insist on me clearing it up here, and I'll clear it myself. And do the first round of everything and make sure everything's perfect. If they want to add more clear or anything on top, they can do it afterwards. And my big thing is just making sure the artwork's perfect. I'm really digging all this. This is working great. Hour and a half from nothing to this is pretty cool. Right? I think it's cool. It's a little campy, it's a little cartoony and goofy, but it's fun. Sometimes you just gotta have fun, man. Right? No, so if I'm doing if it's come to me metal and I'm doing the body work, then I'm going all the way to the end, typically. If I have to start, wherever I start, I usually go through to the end. If it's just artwork, I just do the artwork and hand it back to them, they can clear it. A lot of times I'll put an intercoat clear, or I'll put a first round and let them go from there. Like I said, I've had a full service shop, and I still have it, but I don't really use it. From bare metal to finish. I can tell you right now, when you work with some good subcontractors and other shops, your profit margin goes way up. As long as you got your standards set. I make way more money per hour airbrushing and designing artwork than I do sanding body work and clearing and polishing bikes. Now, if I had a full crew of guys in my shop, it'd be a different story. I don't want a group of guys anymore. I don't want a shop full of employees. They can keep it. Alright. Now I'm going to go pure opaque white. So far, we've used opaque white, I've used transparent wicked black, I've used opaque teal really mixed up, and I've used opaque gray. That's all I've used on this so far. Exactly. So the more time I can spend on the custom and design work and artwork, the better. I'm fortunate where I'm at. I got a lot of good guys around here I've worked with for years. All right. Steve, thanks for popping in. Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. And I'm kind of the same now when it comes to the bike. If you want me, myself, to do the bike from start to finish, I'll do it. But my hourly rate's my hourly rate, and you're going to pay every minute for it. Like I said, I'm fortunate with a few good guys around here that I've been working with for years. That, yeah, bodywork. Yeah, the RC is always a nice little break. That's kind of why I'm getting into the tabletop mini stuff, because it's really nice. It's more hobby oriented, and for me, it's a little funner. Something I've always enjoyed. And it's not really about making money. It's about kind of the hobby side of it, having fun with it. Obviously, there's got to be money, but yeah. Oh, Facebook crapped out. Oh, my computer went into screensaver. Alright, there's no one on Facebook anyway. Now let's do some light highlighting. We'll bring in some bright colors afterwards. We'll wrap this thing up. We go to bed. Gotta get up early. Kaylee's got her driver's test in the morning. We gotta get that done because she is off to college in 2 weeks. It would be nice for her to have her license. Yeah, I do some RC bodies now and again. It's been a while, but I got a couple actually sitting over there that I was going to do. You know, they were replicas for... I was going to do replicas of Mike LaValle's car. I haven't gotten around to it, and I really need to. Since Mike's gone and Skip's gone. So Skip, if you don't know, Skip was a friend of Mike's and an artist, and he did a lot of the 3D work, some of the modeling for Mike's hood ornaments and stuff. So when Mike passed, he sent me to scale all the hood ornaments and emblems that matched Mike's car, so I could do a scale RC version of Mike's Merc. Yeah, Michelle, she's leaving in 2 weeks for college. Can you believe it? The little shit that was in the back of me when I started this. Now she's going off to college. A crazy summer. A lot of changes with her going, losing Max, all that stuff, but oh, I have a large piles of stuff I've started, stuff I'm gonna do. Remember when I had that big RV? That's why I got rid of it. Because I looked at that thing one day and went, I am honestly never getting to this. And I knew it. I said to myself, that's it. Where are you going to be, Chris? In September, and when? Let me know. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so Gary, I wish I had the file. Wish Skip gave it to me, but I didn't want to ask for him. But so I have 2 scale RC Merc bodies, and Skip printed the hood ornaments of the dead sled to scale for the body, to go on the body. It's like a 1/10 or 1/12, I think 1/10 RC scale Merc. I was originally going to do them, we're going to wrap them at Coast, and I wasn't able to get to it. 25 minutes outside Boston. Where? September 14th, you go to town. Because I'm 35 minutes, 40 minutes north of Boston. If you don't want to say online, message me later. Yeah, for sure. If it's north of the city, even if it's west of the city, you're pretty close to me. Cool, yeah, when you get a chance, give me the name of the town. And I'll let you know. Nice. I got out of RC a while ago. I got a little RC boat I tool around my pool once in a while. I thought about getting a quadcopter to mess around with once in a while too, but the problem is I get RC and I go accessory happy, crazy, and I gotta, like freaking Pokemon, I gotta catch them all, and I start buying ridiculous amounts of stuff, and it just never ends well. Even like the Warhammer stuff, I got into Warhammer and I've bought so much stuff. And I've been messing with my laser cutter and doing stuff like that. Like, so this is one of the trays I just did for Warhammer. So this is one part of an army I'm building for the Night Haunt, which is for a part of the game series. But I made these trays on my laser cutter out of basswood. You know, the engraving and everything else. But they're cool. The detail on these models are amazing. So these are going to be all like ghostly stuff. But I have so many built figures. And in this hobby, it's called the Gray Pile of Shame. Because you build them and then you got to get to painting them. And I have multiple armies started. I have an entire case full of models to build. And I got to start doing them for work. Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. It's quarter of. Just do a little fire add-on and some tint work to this, and I think it will be good. Not bad for winging it. Thanks for the idea, BMC. I'll find a candy color to tint into here and put a cool pinstripe on it, and maybe we'll make this a giveaway painting or something. But I will say, I love the way this 4021 dries, and it's really durable, and because I spilled stuff on it earlier, it's still going, it's pretty good. I can do those, like I could not, those flood strokes are like perfect. I could probably convince Mike to give these a try if he was still with us, and we know how he hated water-based. I could get him to work with this. You do have pretty good ideas, sir. Thank you for the year of being a member. Thank you to all my members who pay monthly to help keep this ball rolling. Thank you to all my sponsors who help me with some materials and all that fun stuff. Don, if you're still on, thank you for all your support. We got to start playing another class. And because I already got November booked, I got March booked. And I'm going to be an Adepticon, so you should come to Adepticon. That would be really cool. And I think that's it, kids. I think that's all she wrote. And I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you everyone for the support, all the kind words last week with Max. And we'll roll the next week. So definitely paint next week. The week after, probably not going to do one the week after, the week of the 23rd, 24th, because that's when Kaylee's moving in to college. So I think that week's going to be off. So we'll find some ideas for next week and go to town. And thank you for popping in. Have a good evening, everyone. Peace.